you hate fat people, you're misogynistic.
Okay, maybe not everyone actually agrees with me. And like I kind of got humbled a little bit.
What about on Twitter? Is that scripted? You've been going pretty ham on there.
No, I've had to slow down on Twitter. I don't really post on Twitter.
Crazy?
I don't really
Why'd
post
you slow
on Twitter.
down?
I don't know. I don't want to, because I took a lot of like heat, you know, and I don't want to, that's not what I want to be known as. I don't want to be like Andrew Tate where I have like half of the armies against me and half of them like will die for me. That's not what I want. I just want to have like an audience of people that like what I do and they tune in.
Why did you decide to try it out? You know, you took some pretty crazy stances and are very outspoken.
Which ones?
Bro, if I knew you from IG Reels, it's like you hate fat people, you're misogynistic, you're all this, blah, blah, blah. But I know it's a strategy. Like you try to say something slightly controversial, right? And then people come onto your YouTube and they see like the full perspective.
Yeah.
And so it's a net positive because I agree with your ideas. Like I agree with what you stand for. But do you kind of regret making those controversial and taking on that strategy?
No, I mean, I don't regret it because I learned from it. I go through it and I experience it and I learned from it. So I don't regret it. I just know like now I'm more wise to be careful about what I say and be careful about like what I'm going to put out there and how, like the things I'm willing to do in order to go viral. I'm just going to be more careful about those things. So I don't regret it at all. I mean, it's life. Like everyone that hates me is going to die eventually. And like, so am I. So like, it doesn't matter, you know, like none of it matters. It's not that big of a deal.
But that's what sparked the H3 drama, right? That was
Okay. Definitely. Like, I don't know why you say misogynist. I don't know why. I've never said anything misogynist.
No, I don't even think the stuff you said. That's just first thing that came
That's
to
what
mind.
people say. Yeah. So like I don't hate fat people either. I just think that they should take care of themselves. That's what I said. It actually came out of a place for love. Like it would be better to say that I love fat people because I was like, hey, you guys should take care of yourselves because I mean, I love you guys and I want you guys to experience a great life and I know how it is to be overweight and I know how it is to not be overweight and it's better not being overweight and it feels great when you're not overweight if you had been overweight. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, I think I was just echoing like Ethan's arguments from H3, which can we get into that?
If you want, yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Comfortable. So basically you just said like a couple things online that he disagreed with. You hopped on the podcast or on his podcast. You guys had a lot of contention. It was a very contentious contentious podcast.
So,
Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. I know it's getting a little contentious, but I appreciate that we're having this conversation.
Ethan, you are so annoying to argue with.
But that's what it feels like to you, but I'm picking at your logical inconsistency.
It's crazy. I don't think that the human mind is supposed to be able to comprehend and intake that level of hate and like hatred and dislike from other humans. But yeah, it was wild. After the podcast, because it was live, there were 70,000 people watching. I didn't know that. I thought it would be like what we're doing now, and then you post it on YouTube, and it's like whatever. That's what I thought. But no, it was live. Like I was like in the middle of the podcast, I'm like, yo, I got to take a piss. Hold on.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, it was crazy. After that, my Twitter, you know how it's like 20 plus on the notifications?
Yeah.
I would click on the notifications, it'd go away. I would wait like 1 or 2 seconds, it'd go back to 20 plus for like a couple hours. It was like that.
And what were the tweets?
Just hatred. Just pure evil hatred. Just saying the most terrible things. Crazy DMs, people wishing that I would die, people saying that I'm a POS, people just hating me like into oblivion for tons and tons of reasons. And then occasionally you'd have some people that were like, hey, like actually I didn't agree with Ethan. I'm like a huge fan of him. There was a gay guy he's like, hey man, I'm gay. I don't think like you're a homophobe. Like actually I agree with you on most of the things you said. And I was like, okay, cool.
TJ, was that you?
Maybe.
I think his profile picture kind of did look like him, yeah.
No way, it was me, bro. It had to have been you, bro.
Yeah, cause I had to, definitely it messed me up because before that I lived, and this is another thing that I got from it that I appreciate. Before that, I kind of lived in an echo chamber of positivity. I was on social media. All my fans really liked me. I was around people that agreed with me and all my ideas. And I didn't really have people that hated me or disagreed with me. So I wasn't expecting that. And once that happened, it was kind of like the first time that I had gotten a lot of hate. And I was like, okay, maybe not everyone actually agrees with me. And like I kind of got humbled a little bit, which I appreciate. And I like that because I feel like being humbled makes you stronger.
What helped you get past it? Did you go back to the gym? Did you focus on yourself, your faith?
I just had to take a break from YouTube. I just had to get off social media for a little bit. That's what I did for about 6 months. And I was like, I just wanted to kind of get away from the spotlight and just sit, be alone, kind of think.
I've seen you take a few breaks.
So the first break I took was because I wanted to focus on business more and I wanted to get back into dropshipping, which I did. And that was a great break. And then I came back and then I took another one. But maybe the second one I took was, the second break I took was because I broke up with my ex-girlfriend and it happened at the same time. So I was just like, I'm not going to do YouTube. Like, it's just broke up. I just got through a breakup, like a serious one. I'm not going to sit here and make videos. So I took a break for a while.
For that break, it feels like you came back a different man after that second one. Because I remember, like, you were out posting a lot of, like, partying content. You come back, like, you found God.
Yeah. I did.
Was that, do you think that was kind of like, because I was listening to a different podcast, you were born into a Christian family, and then do you think you walking away from that, was that just like teenage rebellion, or did you genuinely develop like atheist beliefs?
No, I didn't develop atheist beliefs, but I grew up in a immigrant religious family, and to put it lightly, like, my parents didn't educate me from a place of rationality. It was more of like, you have to do this because you have to do it. There's no reason why. So I didn't understand. Same thing with religion. Like, you have to go to church. What if I don't want to? Well, you have to. Why? Because I said so, because whatever. Anyway, you get the point. So when I was 17, I started to become my own man, right? And I was like, I don't want to go to church. Ooh. I was like, I don't want to do this. So I was like, I'm done just believing what you are telling me to believe. I'm going to just do what I want to do. And I remember sitting with, like, it was at the kitchen table with my mom, and I was like, I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm not going to go to church anymore, and I'm going to do my own thing. And then I did. And it wasn't a rebellion thing. It was just like hey, I'm sick of believing something that I don't believe. I just want to do what I want to do. So I stopped going to church, and I just kind of quit, and I did my own thing. And it's not like I became like a terrible person. I did whatever I wanted to do, whatever a kid at 17 would want to do. Yeah.
Well, what brought you back
to Christianity?
Yeah.
So my girlfriend, because I always knew that I would come back, but I didn't know like when. I needed a reason. And then God used this girl to fish me back to him. So he used her, and then I came back. So yeah, through her.
Wow, that's awesome.
Where'd you find this girl?
Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Not at church?
I swiped up on her DMs. No, she's a Romanian girl. She's in the community. So we had a lot of mutual friends, and I'd never seen her before. I found her Instagram, and I was like,
what was the line? Was it a story swipe up? It's got to be a story swipe up, or it's weird?
I feel like it's the least awkward way to do it. So she had you should get the heart-shaped ones, because she posted a picture of sunglasses, and there was like star, and then heart-shaped sunglasses. She's like, which one should I get? And I gave her a friendly suggestion. I said, get the heart-shaped ones. They look better. And
how did you close?
And then she led me on for 3 months. I didn't close anything. She played hard to get for a while, until finally she's like, hey, like, I see us as friends. And this was at a time when I was doing really well with girls, and I was like,
what?
I was like, all right, I don't care. I was like, why didn't you tell me 3 months ago? Like, why'd you waste my time? I didn't say that. I thought it. I was like, okay, cool. I don't care. I actually like genuinely was like, all right, whatever, bye. I stopped texting her, and then she started snapping me, and then I would leave her on open, and then she would snap me again, and I'd leave her on open, and then I got confused. I was like, bro, what do you want? Like, what do you like? Do you want to hang out or not? And then she's like, yeah. She just wanted to make sure I wasn't like every other guy looking for something that she didn't want to. She wanted something serious. So that's why she was testing me.
When is the free Riz course dropping?
Never. Yeah,
Never?
It ain't gonna happen unless you got some wild affiliate links for Riz that I can do something with. But
The Blue Chew affiliate?
other than that, it's probably not gonna happen. I remember asking her, like, what are some traits you look for in your husband? Like, what is something that is important to you, like your morals? And she's like, well, my husband has to be a man of God, and he has to be very Christian. And she told me this at a time where I was like, I know I'm eventually gonna go back to it. I just don't know when. I never had a reason to. And I was like, got it.
Was this like a first date conversation?
No. This was like we were texting about this. She lived out of state. So I didn't go on a first date with her for a while.
She she imported into here. You had her imported into here. No, sorry, bro. Cut that out. That sounds. She came over here just for you.
I purchased her off Alibaba. No, she lived out of state for like a year, and then she moved here.
Do you feel like you're missing out on anything being Christian, being in a relationship that is set? I don't want to for marriage, but do you feel like you're missing out on anything being Christian?
What am I missing out on?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know.
That's just a common question that people have online. It's like,
Yeah,
we
I
have to
don't,
explore.
I couldn't tell you. I mean, missing out on like partying. I mean, I've done those things. It's not like a secret, but every time I was doing them, I was like, I don't want to be doing this. So like, I'm not gonna get any FOMO when I'm not doing those things anymore. So
I think we're on the same page here. It's just a lot of people have that
in
the back of their minds. Oh, I can't do this right now because it's going to take away from me going out.
Are you guys all Christian?
Yeah.
What denomination?
Non-denominational for the
just
most
Christian?
part, yeah.
Same. Interesting. Have you always been, or did you come to it as well? Like, did you have
Well,
your
I was
own?
born in a Christian family, but I think when I was like 16, around 16, 17, I kind of like founded and built up a real relationship, not just based on my parents. And I think when I started making money, that's what really like brought me into it.
Into Christianity?
Yeah, because you kind of realize that like, okay, I made this money, but it doesn't really mean anything. Like at the end of the day, it gives you this perspective, and you start thinking deeper once you've taken care of your basic needs. I feel like you start going up is it Maslow's hierarchy? Something, but you start thinking about like these deeper things, and once I started doing that, that's kind of what really like, okay, wow, this is the true meaning, at least for me.
It's interesting. So you never had like a wild phase where you went out and did bad things?
I've done bad things. I mean, all have fallen short of the glory of God. Yeah, but it wasn't anything too crazy. I didn't really get into any hard drugs or anything like that. Like yourself, you know. I know.
I didn't. Hey, hold on.
Big crackhead.
Did you see Andrew Huberman? He just started coming out about how he believes in God.
Oh, no way.
That's so sick to see, like, because whenever you see like a very, very intelligent scientist, like those types of people, and they have a strong faith, you're like, yes, you're like, good. But yeah, he and bro, he's jacked. There's a video he posted with someone else where he carried a giant boulder up a mountain. Bro, Andrew's jacked. Like he's huge, and he's lean too, and he's like
bro's
48.
handsome.
Bro, legit. Like he's freaking my inspiration. I want to be like that.
He's got to be on test though.
You think?
Like,
you think
bro,
so?
48 and looking that good.
Maybe he knows something about biology that we haven't tapped into.
There's no way. It's got to be.
It's that ginger root juice that he drinks every morning.
It's
or something.
the morning sunlight exposure.
Athletic greens. That's what it is.